welcome to your Health Coach in a Box series. I am your coach of my internet, and I'm so excited to have you here. So today we're going to talk all about how to reset your taste buds. So if you're just wanting to eat better and unprocess your diet, this is the video that you need to hear, because you may be like, okay, I'm used to eating certain things, so how do I grow to like other things that are healthier for me, right? Okay, I have 6 things that I'm going to share with you. So get your notepad, get your iPhone, get your notes out, whatever, and take notes. Okay, so number 1 is to add bitters to your diet. And you're like, what? What is that? Okay, so bitters, it can come in like, it basically is one of the types of taste. So we have like salty, spicy, and we have bitter. Bitter isn't really something that is in the American diet, okay? Like, we don't do enough bitter. So if you add bitters to your diet, it can literally help to change your taste buds. So recent research, according to the University of Buffalo, they conducted a study on rats. And you may be like, okay, I'm not a rat, but we are pretty close to rats. So it kind of has some bearing here. So they conducted a study on rats, and they gave them something bitter, right? And it changed the proteins in their saliva, which changed how they perceived the taste of food. Okay, so this was published in the journal Chemical Senses, and it said that when you are repeatedly exposed to bitter foods, it can change like how the flavors affect you, right? So some examples of like bitter foods, like you can just go on Amazon probably and find something called bitters, but I do have some bitter teas. So Cereseed tea is also called bitter melon, but Cereseed tea is super bitter, okay? It is, it's like the bitterest of all bitters, so you may not want to start with that. Another one I have for you is dandelion root. It's a little bit more gentle, but that's definitely a bitter, and also burdock root. So those are 3 bitter herbs that you can just like start trying to like try out in your diet, and it's going to taste pungent. It's not going to be like an amazing taste, but you just have to get used to it. And after like the first couple times, that it doesn't taste as bitter, okay? So that's number 1. Add bitters to your diet. Expand your palate, right? It changes your saliva. It changes how you relate to food, right? So step number 1. Number 2 is do a plant-based detox. Okay, so a plant-based detox, what is that? Basically, you commit for a certain amount of time. Maybe it's a 7-day detox. Maybe it's a 3-day detox. Maybe it's a 24-hour detox, whatever it is, right? But during that time, you focus on only having plant-based food. So you're not eating no chicken, you're not eating no hot Takis or whatever. Like, you're really focused on plant-based, okay? So fruits, vegetables, okay? And one thing that may be helpful is like to find recipes to support you with this, right? Because if you are like, hey, okay, I'm gonna try this, but then you don't know what you're gonna eat, you're gonna probably not stick to the diet, right? Stick to the detox. So 3 is to make a healthy dish sexy. Yes, right? Because we don't just eat with our mouths, we eat with our eyes too. So get your vegetables, get some quinoa, get some, right? And make it look good. Make it so you want to eat it. Like, you look at it and you're like, ooh, okay, like, I'm gonna try this out, right? Make it look sexy. Don't just throw some green beans on a plate and, some fish or something and think you're gonna like really want it. You have to make it appetizing to you, right? 4 is to take a break from sweets, okay, for a period of time. So if you are someone who loves your junk food, you have to have I'm not really familiar with all the junk foods because I don't really eat junk, but maybe you want chips, maybe you want some kind of pie or cookies, right? Giving yourself a break from sweets, right? And just focusing on whole food. So you don't have to, change anything else about your diet. Just literally saying, hey, I'm going to take a break from sweets. So that's going to help you with reducing the amount of sugar, okay, you're getting in your diet. It's going to reduce the amount of added sugar that you're bringing in, which is ultimately going to support you in resetting your taste buds, right? Okay, number 5 is to create opportunities to eat more whole foods, right? So this is not about, hey, you're going to revamp your whole diet, that you need to go on a detox necessarily, that you need to stop eating sweets. Maybe you're just like, hey, I just want to see where can I incorporate more whole foods into my diet. That's a start, right? So say, for example, breakfast. Maybe you have like eggs and turkey bacon or something for breakfast. Maybe adding in an avocado, right? Or maybe some spinach, or maybe some kale, right? Adding in something, like look for the opportunities to eat more whole foods, and that's going to support you in shifting your taste buds over time. And then the last step, the last tip I have for you is to, well, this isn't really a step that's going to help you like reset your taste buds necessarily, but this is a part of it. Like assessing how you feel after you eat. So this is tapping into the mindful eating. Okay, so say for example, you don't change anything, but you're like, hey, I really want to reset my taste buds. Just being mindful of what you eat and how you feel after that can help you. So say for example, you know, after work, you usually grab Chick-fil-A. Tap into how your body feels after you have that Chick-fil-A. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel energetic? Do you feel drained? Do you feel like you want to move your body? Do you feel light? Do you feel heavy? Right? So starting to make those connections between what you're eating and how it's affecting your body can aid you in changing your taste buds, because you'll realize ideally over time that certain foods don't make you feel good, right? So you may be more open to trying something differently. So just as a recap, to reset your taste buds, like add those bitters in, okay? Add the bitters, and it's going to take some getting accustomed to, but I'm telling you, it's going to change how you perceive food. Number 2, make sure you do a plant-based detox. You're just like, hey, I'm going to give it 3 days just to try it. Maybe you do 3 days every month, or you do 1 day or 2 days every week, where you're like, hey, I'm just going to eat plant-based. It's my plant-based detox. Eventually, that's going to help you reset. Number 3, make your food sexy. Remember, we don't eat just with our eyes. We eat with we don't eat with our mouth. My bad. We eat with our eyes. We eat with our smell, right? So we have to use all of our senses, right? That's what makes things appetizing and appealing to us, right? Take a break from sweets. If you're just like, hey, I want to go all the way in, I can do this. I want to discipline myself to cut out the sweets. Do it. Do it for a day. Do it for a week, right? Create the opportunities. Don't stop saying, I don't have time to eat more whole foods. I don't have time to cook this. I don't have time to do that. Look for the opportunities, right? So stick with what you're eating, but find ways to include something else in there that is good for you. And then lastly, just assess how you feel. Make the connection between what you eat and how you feel. And it's guaranteed to help you reset your taste buds in the long run. So that is all I have for you. And thank you for spending time with me. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.